Studio check.
Frequencies check.
We are live on air.
You are listening to The It Factor, blessing the airwaves. Take the journey into the world of sports, news, entertainment, while embracing the hottest beats on the planet. Rocking the mind, body, and with energy, electricity, and a splash of controversy. Now, without further ado, it's our pleasure to bring to you
The biggest show in the world.
Biggest show in the world.
the biggest show in the world, the SBTV Nation.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, good morning to you. Happy Friday. We are here. We are live. We are the SBTV Nation. And straight from Washington, D.C., on the picket lines, I'd like to bring in my boy, The Dream, who's protesting today. What's up, brother?
Nobody's protested, and I'm going to need a music change for myself.
You're going to need a music change. You know what? I want to do a little rock and roll today, man.
And I like rock and roll, but not that track.
That is Hell's Bells from AC/DC. Good morning to you, Dream. Huh? I'm surprised you made the show, man, with all the tear gas and all that going on. You okay?
Son, listen, I already, first of all, I'm an adult, all right? All right, let's first of all, can I get the music changed?
I'll change the music for you in 1 second, brother. So
I gotta go get a Tylenol right now. How you gonna open up the biggest show in the world with that?
Had to do it, brother. So, hey, it's all
Ladies
good.
and gentlemen, the Dream is in the house. Welcome to the biggest show in the world. It's time to get up, get motivated. It is Friday.
It is Friday, Dream. Are you ready for the 45th president of the United States of America to be
I want to
sworn in
start the
today?
day off salty. I don't know why. Because white people back in the White House. Y'all happy? That's what it's all about. White people are back in the White House. There's no more rhythm in the White House. Basketball can't go down anymore. There's no Hennessy drinking or fried chicken eating. I don't know. Whatever you want to say. They're eating cheese and crackers right now in the White House.
Cheese and crackers.
It's a cheese
Wow.
and crackers event. They're drinking cran apple again. Bud Light, Coors Light.
Coors Light is popping. You already know that. So, good morning to everybody. We are live on Twitter. And Dream, you know what? I really feel like the protesters are upset because they're upset because Trump's going to bring jobs and they're going to have to go back to work at some point. Just saying.
It's your constitutional right in this country to protest something that you're against. Now, I'm not for me personally, I'm not for the protesting.
Yeah.
You know, until the guy does something, unlike a lot of proponents when Obama went in office,
Yep.
okay? And I got to admit to you, I will say this, though. As bad as I thought some people acted in regards to Obama being in office, man, Trump has had just as much negative attention as President Obama, to be honest with you. So I'm actually I actually kind of feel sorry for the guy a little bit, because what I think a lot of people are still missing out on, and it's the same thing with Obama. Dude, this guy is in charge of the country. If he succeeds, it's only going to make your life better.
Right
so,
on.
like, for you to already want him to fail and kind of be pushing for him to fail, to me, is asinine.
I agree with you, Dream. 100%.
I mean, look, I didn't like him. I didn't vote for him. I personally, I don't have a lot of confidence in what he's going to do. However, I'm hoping he sits in my 40 acres in my mule right now. If he wants to embrace the black community, I should be good.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir, Dream. So you know what?
I'm hoping I get a letter from President-elect saying, "Dear Mr. Dream, being an African American living on David Drive, you no longer have to pay your mortgage.
Yes. Absolutely, brother.
I'm hoping that Donald Trump says something like that, and he will be the man. I'll be screaming, "Who you with?"
Who you with? Exactly. Well, you know what, brother? It's time to get back into sports and have a conversation of what went down yesterday. And big ups to Sir Mata for making it happen, huh?
Before we get into anything, now that we got salty and started off with controversy, let's just keep the controversy popping because, dude, I got to talk to you about something.
What's that? Steph
Curry being in the All-Star game as a starter over Russell Westbrook.
Oh, that's insane.
Dude, I'm outraged by that right now. And I noticed Steph Curry, MVP for life, whatever, okay? Last year's playoff performance by Steph Curry, in regards to Russell Westbrook and how Westbrook just, murdered him. Offensively and defensively. There's absolutely no way, and especially what Westbrook is doing so far this season, okay, I know he's all by himself, so he's getting a lot more offensive looks than Steph Curry is. I agree with that. However, how about this? Take Russell Westbrook, put him on Golden State, and then take Curry and put him on OKC. Do you think Curry would be as successful as Westbrook on OKC? And I definitely do not.
I agree with you 100%. I think that, they're saying that he is still the MVP and all that. So, they're taking that into consideration. But granted, Dream, based on the playoff performance, based off the performances in the clutch, just wasn't all that. And even like the game in Cleveland, he wasn't that good either. You know what I mean?
Dude, that to me is a big slap in the face. And I don't know if they're playing head games. See, that kind of thing to me is like almost a head game for Westbrook too, who I don't really know what his mental psyche is, but I'm going to be real interested in seeing Westbrook moving forward. I don't know that, Westbrook's one of those guys to me that looks like stuff like that gets under his skin.
Sure does.
Okay? He seems like that type of personality to me. And it will be interesting to see moving forward his gameplay, because to me, that right there, to me, as far as he's concerned, pushes him even more. And now I worry about that because he's already given like 150% to OKC.
Right.
So now you add this additive to it, and it's like he's going to be given like 200%, and just it's a situation where I think it just will be too much, and he can go over the top. And this could be, I don't know, this could just be the starting of a bad thing for him, in my opinion.
Player prop for his next game, Dream? Think he goes bananas?
No, I think that's. No. I think his next immediate games will be dope. But I'm just saying, as the season wears on after the All-Star break, I just would see him, really pushing it extra hard. He already gets very animated when calls don't go his way. I just see him I don't know, just kind of just tearing him apart.
Really think so, Dream, huh? I don't know what. His numbers are always incredible. The guy's averaging like a triple-double right now. And
right.
Listen, I'm going to tell you this much. Obviously you got LeBron and you got some other James Harden and all that, but he's the clear frontrunner for the MVP this year.
I agree with that 100%. But what I'm trying to say is that I do believe that having this done motivates him even more to try to prove that he's so much better than or that he should have been there.
Yeah.
To the point where he's already, as far as I'm concerned, giving 150% just for the fact that, Kevin Durant's gone, he's the guy now, and he wants to prove that he can be the guy. Okay? Sure. So now with this, it's just that much more, and I think that it just, for him mentally, he's going to take that many more shots, he's going to push it that much more, and at a point, it's just going to be just too, it can overload. I just think it'll just implode in him.
Absolutely. Well, you know what? I think he'll have a pretty big game in his next game. So we'll see where it all shakes out, and we will go from there. Dream, great call on the Cavs yesterday.
Yeah, the Cavs was a stealth. You know, it was a good call. I saw it coming. Like I said, they got blown out by Golden State. Then they got the couple of days rest. Phoenix is a bad team anyway. Yeah. Cavs were home. You know, I saw them ability to do some things. You know, Korver's fitting back in with that offense. I love that. I cannot stress to you how much that addition makes that team to me so much more of a problem.
Do you think they'll be in the finals? If they stay healthy, they'll definitely be in the finals.
Oh God, yeah, of course they'll be.
Well, here's the problem that I have with betting on such a heavy favorite this early in the season to make the NBA Finals, win the East, and even a championship. They're plus like 300 or something. But the challenge I have is that LeBron's out there every single game. Well, almost every game. Sometimes they give him some rest, but the guy breaks his leg or, you know, has a back injury or something like that, and he's out for the season. Your future's a wrap.
Okay, to get to the finals, though, to take Cleveland to get to the finals, I'm good with that.
To get to the final, yeah. I mean, obviously, you know, you got the Toronto Raptors, and I don't see anybody else that's even a.
Oh yeah, and I don't
third.
Like I said. I even think they could lose LeBron and still get to the finals. I just don't see anybody in the East even close to them, even without LeBron.
Really?
I do. Who?
That's a really, really good question. I mean, I'm just thinking of the whole roster, and now with the addition of Mr. Korver there. I mean, who would take the team on their back? Kyrie
takes them on their back. I see them going to the finals. I mean, like I said, I don't think that they're going to lose LeBron James. God forbid that they do. And we do know that anything can happen. However, for them to get to the finals, it would be a future. And you know me, I'm not a big futures guy as far as that's concerned. You just talked. That's my main proponent for not doing futures.
Yep.
But in this particular situation, I think Cleveland saw it. You know, listen, I know Toronto's good, okay. I'm not going to say good. I should say good. But I know Toronto's good. But, dude, in the East, I mean, Toronto, Charlotte, I mean, they're good. But, man, I don't think they're close to Cleveland at all.
Cleveland minus 335 to win the East.
Yeah, I'm pretty good with that.
Those are your numbers.
I'm pretty good. I honestly, do you see? I mean, talk to me.
I mean, yeah, obviously. I mean, if they stay healthy, nobody's beating them. Nobody's even coming close to beating them. I mean, maybe they lose, you know, one or two playoff games through the whole stretch, but I just don't even see it being competitive.
That's what I'm saying. I looked down the list, and you got Toronto, the Celtics, Atlanta, Washington, Indiana, the Hornets, and Chicago. Dude, to me, the Cavs are like 3 levels above all of those teams.
Get some Brooklyn Nets at 1,001 drink.
Yeah. Get some Brooklyn Nets or just donate to the Goodwill on your way into the liquor store.
Right on. Yeah, and obviously in the West, you have Golden State, who's minus 245, and then you got the Spurs, who are plus 500. Now, that's an interesting situation because, I mean, you know, regardless of who gets injured there, you still got a whole stacked roster for Golden State.
Sure.
If Curry goes down, you know, you got Klay Thompson, you got Draymond, you got K. Dizzle. You know, I mean, you got a lot of great players there.
You do, but I don't necessarily think that it's I don't think that this separation and gap for Golden State is the same as the gap for the Cleveland Cavaliers.
I agree with you. That's why it's only minus 245, where Cleveland is minus 335.
Right.
So I
because
get it.
Based on Golden State and the way they played last season, and sometimes their inability to execute, especially in the playoffs with playoff-style basketball, I think that you have a couple of other options in teams that could possibly beat them in a 7-game series, you know? And, you know, I still don't, I know Houston is a little bit different this year, and Harden's being a little bit more of a facilitator and not as much of a scorer, you know, still being a scorer, but, you know, getting other guys involved. I'm sorry, I don't buy Houston.
No way.
Okay, I'm not a big proponent of Houston. I do like what I've seen out of the Clippers. Of course, I do need to get them healthier.
Yes.
I do need to see Chris Paul back. I would like to see Blake back, but the Clippers do have some other options as far as scoring is concerned. And I got to be honest with you, I like OKC, even though I know that OKC's record Houston Rockets record's better than OKC. I do like OKC's chances with multiple scoring options other than Westbrook, which is not a lot. But I do like it more than I like Houston's.
Oh, there you go.
That's my opinion.
That is your opinion, Dream. And you know what? I'm somewhat agreeing with you on that. I mean, I'm looking at this, and I see the Spurs went ham yesterday, 16-5 at home.
Yeah, and I saw that game as well. I mean, the spread was heavy. The Spurs, I mean, it's a pretty no-brainer. Guys, if you're ever doing these, obviously, I don't think I need to, it's not any, genius situation. If you're taking some of these and you're putting them in parlays and you get that extra team, don't be afraid to splash the Spurs in there. And I know the money line sometimes is heavy, so you might want to just buy it down. Yesterday, I did mention teasers. I don't like to use teasers with basketball per se because I don't think the teasers point. Like basketball, I don't think unless you get to the 10-point mark, I don't think it's helpful. And then once you get to the 10-point, now you got to have a plethora of teams in to make it at all, affordable. So you're talking about 10 points. You're going to need like 5 teams, as far as I'm concerned, for even money for the most part. So that's the reason why I don't really care for teasers in basketball. I usually just either money line parlay, but then you're spending a lot of money on other plays as well. So sometimes you have to give points with basketball.
All right, Dream. Exactly. You got any more NBA before I move on?
Well, the New York Knicks showed up.
Yep.
They didn't win the game, but they only lost by 3, which was impressive, and I thought they would be impressive. Carmelo Anthony didn't have quite the breakout game that I expected him to have, but he did have a big quarter.
So what was his total? I don't know what his player prop was, but it was probably something.
I don't know what his. You know what? That's a good. Oh man, hey, you're a day late, brother.
I know. Well, I don't know if you made it.
You're a day late. That would have been a great point. I didn't even think about that yesterday when I was doing it, but wow, that would have been.
I did awesome last year with player props in the NBA.
Okay.
Like very, very good, very good.
All right.
I think I missed. I failed miserably on one with Brook Lopez. I remember that. But other than that, obviously I lost more than one, but it was like 65 or 70% on those Dream. I did pretty well with those. Like with
Carmelo put in 34. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, with like my boy getting a certain amount of free throws and stuff like that, versus the Boston Celtics. And there was a lot of key ones. I had James Harden in a lot of games, where he's playing bad defensive teams, stuff like that, where you had like the assists, rebounds, and points totals and stuff like that. It was good. Right. So it's something to take a look at, guys, if you're betting the NBA.
Well, Carmelo put in 34 yesterday. And now, I don't know if Phil Jackson's going to opt for this, but to try to sit back and be like, well, my comments, I use my comments to motivate Carmelo. I don't know if he's going to use that, which would be a great excuse for him.
Yeah.
Because right now he's starting to look like an idiot, just so you know, in New York. And New York fans who have no patience anyway are getting even less patient with him. And everybody's starting to buy into, hey, if you didn't have Jordan and if you didn't have Kobe, you wouldn't have been dope.
Yeah, right.
A lot of people are starting to buy into that at this point.
That's so dope. But if you look at Carmelo Anthony, his average is 22 points a game, Dream.
Yep.
So I'm assuming that usually what the player props do is they usually bring it right to your average. And especially your average in the last 5 to 10 games. That's usually how the books set the lines. And obviously they take into consideration, offensive and defensive pluses and minuses for your opponents. But looking at this, he clearly went over the player prop as far as points are concerned. Clearly, because he shattered his average by 11 points. That would have been great yesterday, right. Dream. Damn. What the hell? Just keep that in mind for the next time.
But this was different because we had a situation. We had a motivating situation. We had some static going on behind the scenes.
That's what I'm saying.
So, this was a great situation. We don't always get these situations to pop up, and I'm surprised we didn't capitalize on that. But hey, we missed stuff. We did some tennis yesterday. By the way, I think we were good with the winners given out yesterday.
Yeah. Big ups to my man Sir Mata. I was talking about you earlier. Rocked and rolled yesterday with the tennis.
Definitely Sermata hammered the tennis, especially on the women's side. We hit with the Cavs. The college plays worked, and I gave you 2 gems in the NHL. I don't know if you guys did the NHL plays. I was adamant about the Wild, who got it done, and in the Sharks, is Old Faithful. So I think we gave out plenty of winners yesterday.
Yes, sir. Absolutely, Dream. And if you parlayed them all, you were laughing. And
Vegas Girl 92661 got involved with it, parlayed them all together, and clobbered it. So I do want to talk to you. I got a little topic that I want to talk to you about, because B-Mac hit me up 2 days ago.
Okay.
And he wanted to discuss, because he's been having some success with, and we're going back to the NFL, gang, okay? So check this out. We're talking about parlays.
Okay.
And he wanted to parlay the Atlanta Falcons and the Pittsburgh Steelers. And then he says that he wants to go in and watch the Steeler game live, and he can live out to hedge his way out of his bet in case it goes bad. So what I said to him, because I know you do, this is one of your type of styles. So I said to him, you shouldn't do it that way. I said the way to do it is you want to parlay the 2 favorites together. Because technically speaking, if you're doing this beforehand and you're thinking about it ahead of time, which that's what we're talking about now, you're expecting that you're taking it based on if the favorites are going to win. So if you parlay the 2 favorites together, both of them and parlaying them together offsets their juice, which makes the bet favorable for you. And now, if you're going to go in live, you then take the other team live. As soon as one of the favorites is up by 3 or up by 7, now your odds double, triple, quadruple on the live. That's when you go and grab the dog to offset the favorite loop. I would need to have your call on that.
That's 100% accurate.
Okay.
If you take the 2 favorites, now you got to listen. The only thing that can really mess you up with doing that is if the dog comes out and scores 2 quick touchdowns right out the gate. Now you're in trouble.
Right.
Like, for instance, Green Bay versus Dallas the other day. Okay, the other day the Dream and I, guys, we're actually I couldn't get it in at the bar, and I'm pissed off. We had Green Bay. I believe Green Bay was going in for the second touchdown, and they were minus 155 on the money line. And the Dream and I were trying to pound them.
Yep.
And neither one of us could get the bet in for some reason. So, yeah, you probably got to be home, I would think. Unless we were just in a bad area, or our books. My book would not get it going. Like, it would not. It posted the line for a second, then it disappeared.
My phone and the location we were at was a mess anyway. I don't know if it was their Wi-Fi or my stuff, but it was a mess.
Oh, okay.
So that's why I wasn't able to get mine in.
Yeah. So anyway, so where you're at is obviously game 1. You got to kind of let that ride out because you still have the second game. So you got to let it ride out and just hope that your favorite wins and wins favorably. Now you get into game 2. Now if you're to money line the 2 of them, Dream, as far as a parlay is concerned, as far as a 2-team parlay with the 2 of them, you're probably at even money, maybe like a plus 105, plus 110, something like that, based on where the lines are, considering they're a 5 and a 6 point spread right now. In the second game, if the dog starts barking, if the Steelers start scoring, then you're probably going to, if you have a bad feeling that they're going to, Le'Veon Bell's going crazy and you just feel like the Patriots aren't going to come back, then at that point you could bet the Steelers if they're even money and you don't lose anything. But if your Patriots team comes out and scores like the first touchdown, you're probably going to get the Steelers at like plus 600 or something like that. So
exactly.
If you're a $100 bettor and you're betting 100 to make like 105 and the Falcons already won, and you've got the Steelers at a plus 600 on a live line because the Patriots scored first, you only got to put like literally like $16 down on the Steelers to protect your investment so you don't lose a dime. That's how it works. So I agree with you on that. I like that strategy a lot better.
Okay.
All right. But it could go either way. Like if you want to take the dogs and you got a close game at the end, you're dope. Because if you're taking a dog and you're like a 5-1 shot to win your parlay, you're laughing.
But gang, do understand, is a difference between a premeditated wager, because this is what when you're premeditating this, like right now, we're talking about it right now, so we're in advance, okay? There's a difference between premeditating and then while you're watching the game getting involved. And I'm just focusing on what your mentality should be. If you're going to premeditate with the ideas of hedging out live, then you're supposed to take the two favorites, not mix the favorite and the dog or take the two dogs, because the favorites, parlaying them together puts the juice in your favor. And then, like I said, should they get that field goal or 7 points or whatever right out of the gate, like they're supposed to get, because that's why they're the favorite, then you can immediately, if you think, like in my case, where I think Pittsburgh has a solid shot at beating the Pats, I should definitely parlay Atlanta and the Pats. And then the minute that the Pats go up, 3-0, go hammer Pittsburgh, because I think Pittsburgh can win the game. So that's the difference in mentality. And I'm wondering if we've got the guy that called us yesterday and ripped it with tennis.
Hey, good morning, SBTV. Happy Friday. How's everyone today?
Hey, what's
Sir
up, man?
Mata, listen, I'm not trying to keep you a long time because I know it was mad last minute. Guys, based on my boy killing it last night, I hit him up first thing this morning, said, hey, can you give us a call in, do part T to Australian Aussie, just give him a couple of quick winners and then get out of here because I know you're busy.
Yes, sir. No problem at all. No problem at all. Yesterday we cleared 4-1 plus 171. That was a great bounce back from the night before. Tonight, there's a few matches I'm looking at, but I don't want to get too heavily involved. The first one that I'm looking at is Ivo Karlovic versus Evan. Karlovic and Goffin. Sorry about that. I was looking at a different note. I'm leaning the over on this one. Karlovic has a strong serve, but that's pretty much the only real weapon he has. Goffin is a great service returner. I think this one's going to be a strong 4 set here. Probably going 7-6 each set, to be honest with you. 7-6, 7-5 type of deal. Like I said, Karlovic has a strong serve, but Goffin can counterpunch that. So I'm going to lean the over 42. It's an even line right now, so you get that in early before it moves. I think that's going to switch over to about -110, -115 before the match starts. The other one that I'm looking at tonight would be David Ferrer against Batista Augusta. Now this one's a little bit tricky. Ferrer is at a plus 155. Batista is 6-0 this year. Ferrer is sitting at 3-2. I personally like the way Ferrer moves around the court. Every ball that is played in his matches, he's going after. He's not going to just, give up on the ball because he can't reach it. He's going to try to get to that ball. Currently, career records 196 and 94 versus 252 and 134 on hard courts. I personally just lean Ferrer on this one. They played 2 matches back in 2013. Both went 4 sets. Ferrer won both of them. Again, I just think he moves around better. I think he's very active. Now, if this was on a clay surface, this might be a different play for me. But right now on hard court, being the Aussie Open, I'm going to lean David Ferrer. And the last one on the men's side that I'm looking at is a huge dog. We have Philip Kohlschreiber playing Gael Monfils. Monfils has beat him 12 times out of 15. It's 12-3 head-to-head. I actually like Kohlschreiber on this one. I think that his weapons, he's kind of like a David Ferrer. He moves around very, very swiftly on the court. He has a pretty powerful serve. He can place the ball where he wants. And these guys are kind of similar. I'm puzzled how Monfils won all of these. But, their career records on hard court, Monfils is 177 and 100. Kohlschreiber is 177 and 128. So, the value on Kohlschreiber at plus 310, I'm going to lean. Monfils, to me, is more of an entertainment player out there. He's out there just to, provide some entertainment, hitting the ball between his legs, behind his back, things like that. If you want a safer side on that one, Kohlschreiber plus 6.5 at -130. I think that one should be solid. I don't see Monfils winning this in straight sets. Personally, I'm going to take the money line at plus 310. Way too much value there.
Wow. Plus 310, Dream.
Plus 310. Get down. The nation got to love that.
No doubt about it. No doubt.
All right, cool.
For tomorrow, you got a couple matches that I'm looking at anyway. You have Fed and Nishikori playing. I lean Fed on this one. We watched him play yesterday against Berdych. He swept him 3-0. Fed is sitting at 5-1. Nishikori, I believe, is 6-1 this year, so he's playing pretty well. But just the talent that Nishikori has played, playing Lacko, playing people like James Chardy, things like that, I'm going to take Fed on this one. I talked about him yesterday. His mindset is there. He's moving around very nice. He knows where he wants to be. The only real challenge I can see Fed having would be against Murray, probably in the quarterfinals. And then, from there, we'll see how it plays out. So that's about it for the men's side. You got the 3 matches, not locked in yet, but Karlovic over 42.5, David Ferrer at plus 155, and Philip Kohlschreiber at plus 310. For the women's side, man, there's going to be some good matches tonight. I actually am only playing one personally, and it's a woman by the name of Sakari. She is playing Lucic Baroni. Sakari has beat her one time last year. She is 5-2 this year. Baroni is sitting at 4-2, but she has beat the likes of Radwanska, who's currently number 4 in the world. So I'm thinking Baroni's coming off of a high, like I mentioned yesterday. She's sitting real high, coming off of a Radwanska win. Sakari has beat her last year. She knows how to beat her. The money line is plus 129. So I'm going to take the money line at plus 129. I think Lucic Baroni finds ways to beat herself, meaning double faulting on serve, not being able to return the service games from Sakari. So I'm going to take the plus 129 there with Sakari. Now, everything else, you got Serena playing tonight against Nicole Gibbs. Serena should roll. Alina Vesnina playing Brady. Man, if this line was any shorter, I would be all over Vesnina. It's sitting at minus 250 right now for the money line. I think Brady should not be a professional tennis player. She looks very, let's say, thick in some areas, a little bit sloppy, if you will. Vesnina, she keeps it tight. She's moving around very well, hitting the ball well. Now, I'm not saying that Brady can't win this, but I lean Vesnina heavily in this matchup.
Did you say thick in some areas?
Yeah, she's a little thick.
Nice. Dream. I got to watch that match tonight.
No doubt. I'm going to try to catch something a little thick later, too.
I think we all
my ears perked up when you said that, player.
Sermata, before you run, because we won't talk to you again, probably for a minute, but before you run, Sunday, Pat Steelers, Atlanta, Green Bay.
Man. I'd love to see some new teams, like, Pittsburgh, because it's been a few years, in Atlanta. But, man, I think they're playing in Foxborough on that one. I think that always gives New England a little bit of an edge. You got the best coach in the world.
Yeah, because Belichick's out there with the hose on right now.
Yeah, they're going to pull some pull stations in the hotel Pittsburgh's staying at, get them up at 2 a.m, fire alarm type stuff.
He's already breaking the headsets equipment, and keep running the video feed that Antonio Brown had. He'll probably be running that on the big screen.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Yeah, I'm going to have to go New England. And on the NFC side, man, that's going to be a great one. I think being on turf might favor Atlanta a little bit. But Green Bay, their secondary's a little banged up. I think Matt Ryan should be able to pick them apart with the likes of their running game, Freeman and Coleman back there. I think Atlanta might squeeze by that one, but what's the spread on that one? Probably 3?
5.
5.
Wow, yeah, if you could buy that down to 3, which, most places you can't, but hey, put it in a teaser. I like Atlanta. I like New England also.
All right, so you got brother. Both favorites advancing on. Well, I wish you the best of luck if you're betting that this weekend, brother.
Yes, sir.
All right.
Well, I appreciate it, guys. Thank you so much for having me on again.
Thank you for calling. It was last minute. I know we didn't talk about getting you on today. I reached out to you, and thank you so much for getting back to me every time. And love having you on, baby. Good looking.
Hey, not a problem, guys. You know where to find me on Twitter, Sermata_757, and let's get some more tennis money.
All right.
Nice job, player. Thank you so much.
Sounds good.
All right, guys. Y'all have a good Friday.
Thank you, brother. You too. Thanks for joining us.
All right. Bye-bye.
All right, Dream. So we're
Nation
back.
Nation coming through in the clutch, man. I hit dude up literally, guys, 10 to 15 minutes, because you don't even understand. The morning is bananas at my crib, because I got the 2 guys, and my 2 guys get up, and of course they start their wrestling and nonsense. As soon as they get up, somebody's fighting because they want a waffle, and then the other guy wants a toaster strudel, and they gotta have the waffle toaster strudel fight. Okay, then somebody got somebody's blanket. So I'm basically just a referee here.
No doubt.
You know what I'm saying? I'm running around throwing flags. I'm calling, for the video. I need to see the video feed. I got to play back and see who committed the foul. Whatever else have you. So I open up with all that. And then in the meantime, I'm also, preparing some of the stuff. I generally prepare the notes for the show the night before. Sometimes I just can't get to that either because of other things that are going on in my evening. But I called up DM'd him probably 15 minutes before we go on, expecting he wouldn't get back to me. And he luckily caught it, and I know he's busy, he's got work and all kinds of stuff to do, so thank him so much for taking 15 minutes out of his day to give us a call and try to bless us with a little bit of his tennis, because tennis just isn't I enjoy tennis. I know Serena, I know Venus, I know Billie Jean King,
Federer. I know Federer, and who else is there?
I know Fed, I know Joker,
yeah, that's it. Yeah.
And Andy Murray, I do know Murray, and then I'm a rap, Nadal, but I'm a rap with tennis after that. I know John McEnroe.
McEnroe, Agassi,
a couple Beyond Board. Remember him, guys?
Would you say that you knew more baseball players than tennis players, Gene?
No, I think it's about even.
Oh, man, the rodeo clowns are back. We're live. Get ready for tomorrow. Get ready for tomorrow as we're going to be talking some college hoops and get ready for the big games on Sunday, Dream.
College hoops going to be a big deal tomorrow. As you guys know, the Saturday slate of college basketball is absolutely enormous. It's absolutely enormous. I plan on doing a little bit of work. I got a few teams that I've been following. I got a little bit of a feel for a couple teams. Gang, I got to be honest with you, and a couple people have pointed it out to me on Twitter, and I'm not trying to pat myself on the back, even though I am. I'm just better. I think we got a better feel for college basketball, NBA basketball, and hockey than I do for football. I mean, I love football to death. It's my heart. But I gotta be real with you. I've already had more success with college basketball, pro basketball, and hockey than I've had with the NFL most of the season, and definitely college football. I don't know what it is, because those are my sports that I feel like I have a great feel for, having played the game and understanding a lot of the dynamics in football. Dude, honestly, I'm about to kick football to the curb.
Oh, stop. Now you sound like people online.
I got to be honest with you. No, I'll never not love football, but I honestly am starting to think, listen, I'm going to take $200 and just say, hey, when this is gone, I'm not playing no more football till the playoffs or the bowl games, and I'm just going to wait for college basketball, NBA, and hockey. Because I'm telling you, you just can't. From a financial standpoint, it's starting to get better with football now that I'm in the playoffs. I'm having a great playoff run, and I did decent with the Bulls. Clemson was very good to me as well. But outside of that, the season's dusty.
All right. Well, real quick, Dream, as we're talking about the NBA, just want to get your thoughts on a couple of games here. You got the Portland Trailblazers, who are -2 going into the Philadelphia 76ers. What's your thoughts on that game?
And that, real quick about the football, I know you don't understand how it works with football because all you did was play daily fantasy.
Oh, stop.
Anyway.
and whoop your ass at it. But keep going.
All right, so you got $50.
You're looking from.
Hey, you didn't even win no money the last contest, did you?
I did not win money in the last contest. Nope, I did not. It's all good. We'll get it going.
Are you starting up the contest for this week?
I don't know. There's only 4 teams. How much can you do, really? You know what I'm saying?
I don't know. You're the
it's tough. It's only 4 teams. So I really don't see. All the same players are going to be available. It's how
you put it together and who you pick. No,
I guess we can have the conversation. Let's talk about that later on, and we'll figure it out if we want to do it or not.
All right, Portland Trailblazers going into Philadelphia 76ers. Let's get back to that. Let's get back to some real basketball. First of all, the Portland Trailblazers. I don't know, but something happened with them this season. They're just not the team.
7-17 away, Dream.
They're not the team that they were last year. I don't know what happened with the chemistry. I don't really know what happened with the scoring. Offensively, they haven't been as effective as they were last year. Lillard's not having the season that he had last year. He's been decent, but just not quite the player that he was last year. rough spot. I don't like it. 76ers have been a little bit better this year a lot better this year than they were last year. They've won some games at home. They've been kind of tough, in their house, kind of.
Yeah.
Don't like this game.
The Blazers, they miss Aldridge, dude.
Well, but they didn't have Aldridge last year.
I know, but they miss him.
Of course.
It's been a steady decline ever since he went to the Spurs. You know what I mean?
Sure.
So, all right, well, that game is very interesting. I mean, believe it or not, the Philadelphia 76ers have won 2 in a row, Dream.
I know they won 2 in a row. I watched them win 2 in a row, and their last one was a little bit impressive as far as I'm concerned. But the thing with the Sixers is, first of all, Portland is absolutely terrible on the road.
Yeah, I know.
Absolutely terrible road. And the Sixers, the little success that they have had has been at home. I mean, they're 9-14 at home. For the Sixers, that's successful.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
It's definitely a step up from last year.
Definitely a step up from last year.
We got one more game here, which should be a plethora of scoring, which is the under-over is 235.5. That's probably one of the highest totals I've seen in years. Golden State at the Houston Rockets. Neither one of these teams wants to play defense.
And it's Golden State is on a nice little tear right now, which bothers me because they're on a 5-game winning streak, but 2 of their games had emotional value to them, okay? So they knock out the Cavs in impressive fashion, which was an emotionally motivated game for them. Then they get OKC and beat them down. Emotionally motivated game for them as well. So got those 2 emotional motivated games off their back, so to say. Then get on the road and go to Houston to play a Rocket team that will probably be up to play them. I would expect the Rockets to be electric there. I don't like this game because I'm one of those guys. I'm either going to bet with Golden State or not bet. And I don't like this Houston. I'm sorry. I know you guys love James Harden. I do not like this Houston Rocket team. I just don't. I didn't like them even when they had Howard there. I don't like the way they play. I don't like their other role players because I don't really know who they are. And they're very inconsistent for me. I don't like this team. I don't like them. So I cannot take them to beat Golden State. That being said, they're 17-4 at home, the Houston Rockets are. Golden State 16-3 on the road, so they're not like Golden State's any pushover on the road. I just don't like this game, so I'm staying away from it.
Okay, sounds good.
What are your thoughts?
I think Houston's going to come to play.
Oh, I know Houston's going to come to play. Just Houston coming to play isn't enough to beat Golden State.
Yeah, right on. Exactly, Dream. Well, you know what? Hey, it's Friday night. We got Ivy League night, obviously. We got the NBA, and we got a little NHL. Do you have anything before we close out of here?
Well, I do have NHL.
Okay.
I got one play. Hey, guy, listen, I wore it out, okay? Started on the weekend, made money on the weekend, made money Monday, killed it the other day. Last night, killed it again. So I'm doing very well right now. And my reason I'm prefacing this is because I'm getting ready to contradict something I said yesterday. Yesterday, I told you guys about the New Jersey Devils, and I was like, hey, it's time to take a break with them, fall back and watch them and watch them and watch them. And guess what? My break is over.
Wow.
Because the Montreal Canadiens are in town tonight against the Devils, and I absolutely, positively love the Canadiens. I think the Canadiens are going to murder the New Jersey Devils. But this could be a stubborn play on my part and a play that I might be getting ahead of them myself. But you guys know I had some success with the Canadiens at the beginning of the season, into the middle of the season. A lot of success going against the Devils. I'm sorry. I'm taking the Canadiens tonight. I got to take them. Now, my idea in this game would be take the Canadiens, put them in a money line situation, and leave a spot or 2 open. I don't see another game on the board that I love. I kind of like the Oilers a little bit. I don't love them, so I'm not going to mess with anything else on the hockey slate. But leave the 2 spots open because we'll definitely be able to fill it with some college hoop going into tomorrow. And Sermata gave us some tennis, so if you got like a sure shot tennis that you really like that he gave out today, you might want to jump on involved in that tennis and put the Devils with that. Now, mind you, I'm up a little bit, so it's not going to be stupidly, heavy, but it's going to be, pretty nice because I got that kind of latitude to play with today.
Sounds good. Well, you know why you're feeling froggy? Because you've got a little bit of money in your account. So congratulations on that, Dream. So,
and don't be afraid too. If you want to take the Canadians and add it to, keep it open and put the 2 NFL games in with it. I mean, it's just going to help your NFL process. If you're thinking of going to 2 favorites, if you're thinking of Atlanta and the Patriots, then
Well, it's only minus 120, Dream. So you can take it by itself.
Listen, but you know how cheap the nation can be.
All right, man. All right, Dream. I got a boogie. But thank you very much for your hockey plays, and I wish you the best of luck tonight.
No doubt.
All right, guys. So we're going to get up out of here. Thank you very much for a very entertaining show, and hopefully it's a profitable one as well. Dream, what do you got to say to close out of here, my man?
Hey, we want to thank everybody that's retweeted the show and contributed to the program. KMVU, Terrence Mack, C. Rodriguez Jr. We got Mr. Charlie at Direct Sports Solution. Always good to see you out there. Rick Lopez, Slim, A.B. Lent, Jeff Ryan, Joseph Del Rosario, JC, JDH24, Bang the Book, Vegas Girl 92661, the incredible Molly Marr, CK Wins is in the house, also Theory Bashard. We also have many more people that definitely help do the show that maybe can't get up this morning, can't get to us this early. We love you to death as well. Rick Lopez, I did mention you, I think. Cash Action Bets is in the house. My boy Urban, always out there. Oh, and I got to wish condolences. Shane Whitehead lost his mom, guys. Prayers and thoughts go out to you, player. Keep your head up in this trying time. And we are really very, very sorry for your loss. And that Shane Whitehead lost his mom. And I want to just send my condolences out to him. Right. Thank you also, Terrence Mack, for hitting us up and giving us that information. Gang, I'm the Dream. Always remember who you're with and make the most of each and every day, as you cannot get this time back.
Right on, Dream. Guys, it's Friday. Go enjoy yourself. Be careful. Get ready for the weekend. We got some big NFL games going on. Obviously, the AFC and NFC playoffs, the championships to determine who is going to the Super Bowl. Do whatever it is you got to do in life to do whatever it is you want to do and get that money. Let's go.